Traders, welcome back to another Q&A. It's great to have you here. Thank you for the questions you've sent through. We've got three really great questions. Yep, three questions that I'm going to run through today that I think I'm going to offer a lot of insights. We're going to be talking about things from the perspective of how to have more confidence in your trading decisions so you can ultimately have less stress and more money as a trader. We're going to be talking about how you can overcome negative thoughts and biases that block information as traders. We're going to be talking about how we can maintain consistency, especially when we get things like funding. Because a lot of people, they get funded, they accomplish that goal, but what next? And they end up losing it. So we're going to be talking about a lot of useful stuff today that is going to help with your trading. It's going to help you lower the negative emotions you experience in your trading, and it's also going to help you make more money. Now, before we get into these, a quick note that we currently have a 7-day free trial to the 12-week program. So if you are not already part of the 12-week program, you haven't already been through it, take advantage of this 7-day free trial. This is the cutting edge in trading psychology education with the tools, with the accountability, with the insights that you need to overcome the negative thoughts in your trading and to ultimately achieve your funding goals. Now, in that 12-week program, I talk about a lot of things that I can't talk about on the YouTube, just because there are tools that you need to apply, there are accountabilities that you need. There are so many things that are covered in the 12-week program that aren't covered in the YouTube to ensure that you actually get the brain change. The YouTube's great for getting information out there, but if you actually want to start to change your brain to think like a professional trader, that's why I give you the tools and the accountability in the 12-week program. So check that out, 7-day free trial. Anyway, the first question we have here is, how can I increase my confidence in trading decisions? Okay, there's a really great analogy that I love that I've heard Dr. John Demartini use. And I'm going to change the word confidence here in the question to certainty. Traders don't really want confidence, they want certainty. Right? They want to have a certainty that what I'm executing on in the markets right now is according to my plan. I want to have certainty that I'm going to accomplish my goals and I'm going to make money as a trader. Certainty is the highest state, in my opinion. And when you get there, you have clarity, you have certainty, and you feel like you're on track and you feel like that nothing can stop you. Okay, so how do we achieve certainty as a trader? Well, if I was to come up to you and I was to say that you're always negative, never positive. You're always challenging, never supportive. You're always down, never up. You're always mean, never nice. Would you believe me? And you're probably going to turn around and say, no, that's not true. I'm nice sometimes, I'm happy sometimes, I'm positive sometimes. Okay, great. And I was to come up to you and I'll say that you're always positive, never negative. You're always up, never down. Always happy, never sad. Always challenging, or always supportive, never challenging. Always winning, never losing. Would you believe me then? And you're probably going to say, no, that's not true. Sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm down, sometimes I'm negative. Especially when people challenge my values, I can be really mean at times. Okay, good. But if I was to come up to you and say that sometimes you're up, sometimes you're down. Sometimes you're positive, sometimes you're negative. Sometimes you're supportive, sometimes you're challenging. Sometimes you're mean, sometimes you're nice. Sometimes you win, sometimes you lose. You would have certainty towards that because it's true, because it's balanced and it's rooted in universal principles. So the first principle I want you to understand here is that we can only have certainty as traders if we have balanced and realistic expectations. So the way you have certainty or confidence in your trading decisions and in your trading plan is by making sure that every time you come to the market and you're about to trade, you have a balanced expectation on what the outcome can be. Because if you're going into a position saying that this position has to go this direction, or this position has to be a win, and it is going to be a win, well, nobody knows what's going to happen next. So you can't have certainty in that trading decision. But if you come to the market and you say that, I don't know which way this position is going to go. I don't know if it can go up or if it's going to go down. I don't know if I'm going to win or I'm going to lose. But I'm taking this position because it aligns with my trading plan. Well, what you've done here is you've focused on what you have full control over, which is executing on your trading plan, the process. You don't have control over the outcome. And you're not focusing on the outcome with this new way of thinking. You've got a balanced, realistic expectation. You're focusing on what you can focus on. You can have certainty in your decision now because you're focused on what you can focus on and because you have balanced expectations. So the way you have certainty in your trading decisions is by doing that, having balanced, realistic expectations in the outcome, and then sticking to your processes. If you don't already have a trading plan, If you don't already have a trading checklist, I would start there. I would make sure that you do. And I would make sure that you've clearly laid out every step of your trading plan and you know exactly what you're doing in every situation in the market and it's mechanical. That's also how you can increase certainty in your trading. Okay, but great question. Thank you for sending that through. Now, the next question here is, how can I identify and overcome negative thoughts and biases that affect my trading performance? Okay, well, first and foremost, you don't want to necessarily get rid of your negative thoughts. They're feedback and they're guiding you, they're helping you. Usually the negative thoughts are there when you set unrealistic, one-sided positive expectations in the outcome. The negative thoughts pop in because, like we talked about before, nobody knows what the outcome is going to be. So whenever we swing to one way and we say it has to be positive, the mind resurfaces the negative to keep you balanced. Okay? So the way we overcome the negative thoughts is by first and foremost recognizing that your emotions are there as feedback and they're guiding you. And that if you have negative thoughts, it's making you aware that you're pursuing some sort of fantasy. You're pursuing something that isn't real. And the moment you balance your expectations and you realize, like I talked about before, that you don't want to focus on the outcome, you don't know whether the outcome is going to be positive or negative, and that doesn't matter. What matters is I'm focusing on what I have full control over, which is executing my trading plan or my processes. When you focus on that and you realize that you're focused on what you have full control over, then a lot of the negative thoughts just dissipate or they become a lot more quiet. And then as a result, you don't have the bias there. Because the bias is only there when you take a strong stance, you have a strong belief on a certain outcome. And when you take a stance or have a rigid expectation or a rigid belief on the outcome, that's where confirmation bias comes in. Because you only find information to support your bias, but when you don't set those expectations, then there's nothing to reaffirm there. There's nothing to affirm, there's nothing to confirm. But you're more like water, like Bruce Lee talks about. You're more open to what the market's communicating to you, more fluid, and you can take on information better. This is why I put the Bulletproof Your Mindset tool together. It's a free tool, link in the description, where you can go on and download that and start using it before every trade. I guarantee that will lower negative emotions because you're not setting unrealistic expectations. It will help you make better decisions because you're free from the bias that comes with setting unrealistic expectations. It's a powerful, powerful tool that I offer traders for free. If you're not using that already, go and download it and use it before every trade you take. Okay, now the final question here is, how can I maintain consistency and avoid over trading? Okay, how can I maintain consistency? Let's break this down. Consistent results come from consistent execution of your edge. The consistent execution of your edge only is there if you have a balanced mindset before every trade you get into. Because you can't expect consistent results without consistent execution of your edge. Don't expect consistent execution of your edge if every time you come to the market you have variance and you sometimes happier than other times and sometimes you're depressed and the way you see risk is completely skewed every time you come to the market. You can't expect yourself to execute consistently because sometimes you're going to take trades, sometimes you won't. So the way you have consistent results is first and foremost by having a mechanical trading plan that's clearly laid out. And then secondly, by managing expectations and addressing all this subconscious noise that you have in your mind over painful losses and pleasurable wins in the past, and learning how to address that, like I talked about in the 12-week program, and quieting that down, that allows you to balance your mind, stay balanced, and then you come to the market and you execute on your trading plan when the market presents an opportunity. You're listening to what the market's communicating to you, and you're executing when it presents opportunities. Okay? Now, the other thing here is how do you do that sustainably in the long term? Well, you want to continue to expand your vision for your trading. I've seen so many traders, and I had a great consult with one of my one-on-one guys who all they wanted to do was get funded. That's it. That was all they could see with their trading. And if this individual got funded before they expanded their vision for themselves, then the question you want to ask yourself is, what's next? Okay, you get funded, but what's next? You know, you have to understand they're working so hard to get funded. That's their sole motivation, their sole reason for discipline. Once they get funded, that goal is accomplished. They've got no deeper reason or no bigger reason to continue to trade. So then they lose that love for trading, that lose that consistency in showing up every day and executing, and their results go downhill. They get complacent and they can't maintain and sustain their results. So you have to continue to expand your vision for your trading and see trading, how it fits into your life and how it helps you accomplish bigger and greater things. So you continue to expand your reason for trading, your reason why, so you continue to put work in and you continue to execute on it. Okay, it's really, really key. So the main takeaways from today is all about managing your expectations. Remember, your expectations on the outcome, you need to manage those. Otherwise, you're gonna have things like over trading. Otherwise, you're gonna take positions that aren't there to be taken. Otherwise, you're gonna have negative emotions. You're gonna have biases that kick in. So download that Bulletproof Your Mindset tool, use it before every single trade you take. It will help quiet down your expectations. It will help focus on processes and focus on your trading plan. Make sure you have a clear trading plan as a checklist. And then go into the 12-week program, the 7-day free trial, so you can learn how to address and clear up all the subconscious stuff that drives your expectations and drives your fear and greed responses in the market. So you can learn to be more process-based, you can waken up the higher centers in your brain, and you can be more focused and you can be more consistent and more successful as a trader. So that's the end to those 3 questions. If you have more questions, feel free to send them through Discord, through YouTube, through all those types of things, because I love doing these. I think they get a lot of value out, and I think you guys really love them based on the messages as well. So I'll see you all in the next video.